If you're watching this, you are either completely lost by these rationalizing of the denominators, or you tried it, you thought you had it, and you didn't quite get the right answer. And so I'm gonna go over to the document camera. I'm gonna work through this bottom problem here as slowly as I need to, as slowly as I can. The idea is we want to get rid of the radicals in the denominator, the square root of 5 minus the square root of 3. To do that, our method to do that is to multiply by the conjugate. And the conjugate is going to be the same thing, except instead of minus, plus. Square root of 5 plus square root of 3. Because we're really multiplying times 1, I'm going to multiply by the same thing in the numerator. And that allows us to do this. Let's deal with the denominator first. So the denominator, we have a difference of perfect squares, essentially. If you expand this out, you have the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, which is 5. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is 3. And we're subtracting. Now that's our difference of perfect squares. That works out really nice because 5 minus 3 is 2. Fast and easy. Now for the numerator. I do have to distribute. So it's going to be the square root of 6 times the square root of 5, square root of 6 times the square root of 3. And these did have parentheses, even though they didn't necessarily show up. So the square root of 6 times the square root of 5, square root of 30. Square root of 6 times the square root of 3, it's a plus, is the square root of 18. And this is where I have to check and see if I can simplify or rationalize that radical. So I'm going to check 30, and I'm going to check 18 to see if I can't simplify this down and rationalize that any. So 30, I'm going to do my factor tree. 5 times 6 is 30. 2 times 3 is 6. Since I don't have any groups of 2, these are all singles, I can't rationalize this anymore. Square root of 30 is as simplified as it gets. Square root of 18, let's try this then. Let's go with 2 and 9, 3 and 3. Here we do have a group of 2 3s. So I can rewrite the square root of 18 as 3 root 2. Bring that 3 out, leave the 2 left over. So I'm going to rewrite it over here then as the square root of 30 plus 3 root 2. I do need to check then, can I divide? Is there a common factor between these two that I can divide the 2 by? No, there isn't. There's no common factor between square root of 30 and 3 root 2. So I'm stuck. That is the final answer.